I think this is a blockbuster. Donald Trump wants to restore the deduction for state and local taxes, otherwise known as SALT. Big deal. Mitch Roschelle joins me now. If we got that deduction back, what kind of difference would it make to the housing market in, say, New York, New Jersey, Illinois, California?
I think it helps those states because people were fleeing those states, present company included, okay, because of the lack of ability to deduct. And it's not just income taxes, it's property taxes. And I think that's the thing that everybody loses sight of when you're talking about an income tax deduction. The thing that you got to deduct was property taxes, okay? So that's one thing. I don't think it's going to be a hurt, though, to the states where people went, because the states where people went, people wanted to go there for a variety of reasons, and it wasn't just the tax savings. But this is a game changer to help blue states, with their lack of demand for housing in some places.
Do you think, I mean, Donald Trump's going to pitch this tonight in front of a huge audience at Nassau Coliseum.
In Nassau County?
He's going to get 60,000 people there. And he's going to pitch this, bring back the deduction. Do you think he could possibly win New York State?
I don't know that he could win New York State because I know who my neighbors are in New York, and they don't like my Trump Vance sign in my lawn. So I know. But I'll say this. Remember why that came out of the tax law and the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act. It was red state Republicans who wanted to take that away because they felt as though their constituents were subsidizing people in blue states because blue states had high taxes. So I think it's not just a sales pitch to the voters who will like it in blue states. I think it's a sales pitch to ultimately his colleagues on the right who didn't like it in the first place.
Got it. Now, it's Fed decision day. Interest rates are going to come down maybe 25 or even 50 basis points. I don't know. But if they do come down like that, any impact on mortgage rates and no, he's shaking his head. No impact on mortgage rates.
Yeah, you can end the segment right here. I just said no. I think the 7-year Treasury, the 10-year Treasury really are where mortgages are priced, and they already reflect whether it be 25 or 50. I think though the words that come out of Powell's mouth, either in his prepared remarks or in the all-important Q&A, about the future of rate cuts and the strength of the economy, that will probably have a bigger impact on the Treasury curve and thus mortgage rates. I don't think it's the cut itself. I think it's more the rhetoric from the Fed.
I'd like to see 25 basis points and a dovish outlook from the Fed. What say you?
I think that the labor market weakness is the biggest concern that the Fed has right now. And they're probably going to, the only tool they have left to fix that problem is interest rates. So I think you're going to see more interest rate cutting.
Okay. You've got a Trump Vance sign on your lawn in New York?
In New York, yeah. I like to trigger some of my neighbors.
Does anyone have Harris signs?
In my neighborhood in New York, no.
Right.
Same here where I am in New Jersey.
Right. When I go upstate New York, I don't see any Harris signs plastered with Trump signs all over the place.
I've noticed neighbors driving by and slowing down and looking at it and shaking their head. But
you're a brave man.
Listen, they know I'm on Fox, so it's not like they're going to learn something new from that sign.
You're all right, Mitch. Thanks for joining us.
You bet.
Always appreciate it.